All right, go ahead and roll for perception.
I got a 13.
Hey, that's pretty good. With that, you can tell there's some fantasy situations going on. You hear some adult language, and with that, you can tell this podcast probably isn't for kids. This episode of the Dungeoncast is brought to you by Nightshade Creations, Prism Dice Tower, and Rolling Surface. Made for gamers, by gamers. The Prism Dice Tower and Rolling Surface boast great quality for a great price. We chose to make our product from Aspen, which is the perfect blend of high quality and affordability. It works for practical use in all types of games or even just as a collectible. If you're looking for a great deal, please check out our Kickstarter campaign. Find us there by searching Nightshade Creations. You can find Nightshade Creations on Twitter at JBNightshade and at facebook.com/JBNightshadeCreations.com. Once again, that's Nightshade Creations, Prism Dice Tower, and Rolling Surface. We hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Will.
And I'm Brian.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything Dungeons and Dragons, from murderous merfolk to meaningful moments. And today, we're talking about demons.
Prepare yourselves. I cast Fireball. The Dungeoncast.
Okay, Brian.
Do you remember the ghost from the movie Ghost?
Yes, I do. I do remember the ghost. What?
The ghost from the movie Ghost?
Yeah.
They come up out of the ground and
Yes.
are those demons?
Ooh, that's a good question.
They're from hell, right? Like that movie heavily implies heaven and hell.
I think it heavily implies heaven and hell, without a doubt. I love that movie. That's
Patrick
a good
Swayze.
movie. That's a good movie.
Whoopi.
Huh?
Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, yeah, she's in it too. And Demi Moore, she's in it as well.
That's right, I forget about
now we're
Demi
just
Moore.
talking about actors, though. Okay, are those
No, we're
things
talking about the
demons?
ghost from the movie Ghost.
I would say that no, those aren't demons.
Okay.
That those would be devils. There is a type
There's
of
a
devil
distinct
called,
difference in D&D and in
yes,
the real world.
God, there's such a huge difference, and we're going to talk about that. But I would argue, and I kind of want to hear if you got thoughts out there. I want to hear them because this is my just initial thought on this. So tweet at me, comment, whatever. Like I want to know what you think. I think that those shadow creatures would be what are called demurs, which are
DEMURS?
DEMURES.
Yes, okay.
And they are the lowest level of devil. And since devils in D&D do take mortal souls to hell to turn them into demurs or demors or whatever, how you pronounce them. Demures. There we go. And demures kind of look like those like blob shadow things. I would argue that they're devils dragging mortal souls to hell because demons don't do that.
Just like ghosts from the movie Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are devils, though.
Those are devils, arguably. But
So not
today,
that.
Today
Today
we're
is
talking about
not
demons.
that. Okay.
Demons are, I would say, unarguably, at least there's nothing I can think of off the top of my head, the most evil thing in this game. And not just evil, they are chaotic evil. Not just chaotic evil, they are pure chaotic evil. They are almost chaotic evil come to life and become sentient. And I would even argue that they probably kind of are exactly that.
Chaotic evil seems to be one of the scarier kinds of evil. Unpredictable evil.
It is unpredictable evil. It's definitely super dangerous. It's my least favorite to deal with when it comes to either being a DM or a player because it's like it can be very one-sided,
Yeah, they just
one-dimensional.
don't care as long as it's evil.
Yeah,
Fuck
which could be very one-dimensional, but it doesn't have to be. Like the Joker's chaotic evil, and he's fascinating.
Yes.
So demons are a type of fiend, and fiends in this game come in three flavors. There's devils, who are lawful evil, demons, which are chaotic evil, and Yugoliths, which are neutral evil. They all kind of have their own plane of existence. Demons come from the negative realms called the Abyss, which we're going to have an episode on the Abyss. So I'm not going to get too into it. All you need to know about the Abyss for this episode is that the Abyss is attuned to chaotic evil. It is infinite layers of demi-planes.
Okay.
Each level consisting of whatever random terrain that's completely demonized, which we'll kind of get into in the Abyss episode.
Okay.
And it is, wouldn't say that the Abyss is sentient, but the Abyss is definitely alive, and it creates demons, and it corrupts things into demons, and it's constantly growing and devouring.
It's like it sounds like an elemental plane, but just for like demons.
Yeah, kind of. And that's, I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all you need to know about the Abyss for now. Infinite amount of demiplanes that constantly spawn demons.
All the demons.
All the demons, all the time.
Got it.
So, and we'll kind of explain like how that kind of works in a little bit. Demons themselves come in a few flavors. We will specifically be
Are they tasty?
And no, I
Sorry.
would say they all taste really vile and foul. Okay. No, but we're going to be talking pretty much exclusively about the Tanari, which are the dominant force in the Abyss. They're the most numerous of demons. Usually, when you say the word demon, you're talking about Tanari.
Okay.
There are a couple others. So there's the Oberonths and the Lumara. We're not really going to talk about them. They'll get their episode. Oberonths will definitely be talked about a lot when we talk about the Abyss. I don't know if we'll ever talk about the Lumara because they're so inconsequential and small and the newest of demon, and I know very little about them.
Okay.
But the Tanari are like if you took the entire demon population, the Tanari make up probably like 90% of it.
Okay, so this is the demon of demons.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
So they are creatures. They are creatures of death, destruction, and decay. It is what they do. They kill, they destroy, they devour. They know nothing else. They desire nothing else.
Okay.
A lot of demons are completely mindless. As the lower level ones are fairly mindless. Well, not completely, because like Quasits can talk and stuff, which we'll get into. But like they're very one-dimensional. They're just evil.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And they literally are incapable of sympathy, empathy, and mercy. These are not people. These are not NPCs that you make deals with. These are not NPCs that you can have just walking around with the party, unless it's like it's all about control with demons. Like the only way to control demons is through sheer power. No other way.
So you've seen what's that anime with Light Yagami and
Death Note?
Yeah, Death Note.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, there's the demon. I think they call him a demon. His name is Ryuk, and he like floats behind the main character while he like Death Notes because he's like just kind of interested to see what's going to happen.
The demons in Japanese culture, I forget what their actual Japanese name for them is. They are nothing like these demons for the most part, and also demons from Western culture.
Got it.
Like it's a very different creature. It's just a name for supernatural shit.
So
for them.
a demon from D&D wouldn't have an interest like that. Like just to see,
usually not.
Let me just sit back and see what happens here.
Usually not. There are instances where that could be a thing, and we will get into it. But for the most part, engines of destruction, and that is what they do. And they love doing it, and they are driven to do it. And the more they do it, the stronger they get.
So how do they go about it? Like, are they? I know a dragon will polymorph and sneak into your village and shit, or not your village, but maybe like your city, and kind of tinker with things and in an evil fashion. But are they patient like that, or are they just they in the material plane a lot?
It depends. A lot of everything you said really depends. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up.
Okay. Because I'm trying to see if this is like how often this is happening or should be happening, or if you get sent there, like in Greek mythology, you get sent to Hades.
You usually do not get sent to the Abyss unless someone banishes you there, in which case you're fucked. You're so fucked. You're so fucked.
Oh, damn.
I'd rather be sent to the Feywild and then the Shadowfell and then the Underdark and then the Nine Hells all in a row, rather than get sent to the Abyss. That's how I feel about that. But that's just me. Okay, so let's talk about the kinds of demons. Demons come in many, 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 many shapes, dozens and dozens, scores, if maybe even hundreds of different kinds, and they fall into like literal distinct types that are like all identical and sometimes just unique forms.
Okay,
but no matter what they are or what their form is, they fall within 7 distinct power levels. From type 0 to type 7.
Got it.
Or from type 0 to type 6. So, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask what the specifics are. Like, how are they ranking these? Is it size? Is it power? Like magic?
It's in all of those things usually.
Okay.
On average, they're gonna get bigger as they keep going, but also that doesn't hold true the whole way through. But they will become distinctly more powerful.
Okay.
Now the Abyss itself spawns these creatures randomly or seemingly randomly. There's there's more to it than that. But usually the most common ones are going to be your type 0. So you're talking about your quasits and your dretches, which you should probably open up the monster manual. I know you got it on PDF. I want you to see some of these things I'm talking about because demons are incredibly grotesque looking and monstrous, and they're often not based on any mythological creature that I can just describe to you. So you being able to see them while I describe them
is that
might
Q
help.
quasits?
Q for
here.
quasits, yeah.
Q for quasit.
I would scroll down though because I can see where you are and keep going. It's going to be in alphabetical order.
I see.
So quasits are like little green horned imp-like creatures, and they're evil little shitheads. Dretches are more medium sized, I think, and they're like almost like like mammalian kind of just animal monster.
So this thing's got like sharp teeth, kind of like how some kind of Stephen King vampires would.
Right.
This is the quasit. It's got like talons, like a bird or a raptor. It's got claws, just like straight, long-nailed, pointy claws. Got big kind of like snake eyes almost.
Yeah.
And then really long, like pointy gremlin ears. And then it's got some like horns, almost look like almost like bug feelers.
Yeah.
But
and that's kind of the thing with
horns.
demons is they'll often be literal amalgamations, like a million animal parts, and it's all really gross. There's also
the dretch. It's like a bear. Ugh,
see, you
like
described it as a
bear.
bear. I don't even know what to describe that thing as. Anyways,
okay.
There's no rhyme or reason to the way these demons look as they move through the types, and they do when they power up. They move through these types. Each type has nothing to do with.
So they're like
what it was
transforming.
before. They will
They're like
transform
leveling
as they,
up.
Yeah, almost.
Or
like
are they just like
leveling up.
growing up? Or
No.
So they're evolving
it's
like Pokemon.
Yes, I would
Okay.
say very much like Pokemon, they evolve.
Got
and
it.
The thing is, in Pokemon, at least, like Charizard looks somewhat like Charmeleon versus looks somewhat like Charmander. There's none of that with demons.
Okay.
What you become just depends on what the Abyss wants you to be.
Sure.
Mostly the Abyss is spitting out like quasits and dretches. Like they're the most common. They're the lowest level.
Okay.
But as these demons kill more and destroy more and become more chaotic evil and do more chaotic evil, they power up. They gain those XP points, and then they get to the next type.
Okay.
And eventually you get through type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and eventually there's type 6, which is demon lords. And there's only so many of those. And to become a demon lords, number one, are 100% unique creatures. There's nothing like them. They have a completely unique power set, and they're damn near the level of deities. And you will not find a single demon lord in the monster manual.
Oh man,
But you will
I was
find
looking.
many demon lords in Out of the Abyss. So when we get to demon lords, I say you should crack that book open.
Okay, well, I'll grab it now.
Yeah. So and it's in the very back.
Our special guest Jake has our monster manual right now.
Damn it, Jake.
It's usually, if you're on YouTube, you can see it behind me usually, but that space is empty along with the DMG. I have the PHB, but it's in my bag because we've been playing a lot of D&D lately, which is nice.
Yeah, which is great. It's been a lot of fun.
I'll just bookmark Demon Lords.
So the Abyss levels
Here's a
up
page
these
for
creatures.
death. Sorry.
Yeah, demon lords are in the very back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's one right there. But where was I? What was I talking about? So the Abyss not only raises up demons. Yes, that's
Demogorgon. Shout out to Demogorgon.
Okay, all right.
I'll stop interrupting you.
Let's focus. Even now, the chaotic evil is infecting you. I'm watching it happen.
D&D.
So demon lords can also raise demons up a level if they're powerful enough. Generally, the only ones that could do that are like demon lords or maybe Balors. I think I want to call them.
Okay.
Which we'll get to. Demon lords are on the level of demi deities, and like maybe even
they're not quite. So if
they're real fucking close.
If a deity goes up to bat, it probably comes out on top. Maybe most likely.
So deities come in two flavors: lesser and greater.
Right.
And
okay.
even they kind of have their own hierarchy. Like a lower level demon or a lower level lesser deity would be on the same level as demon lord.
Okay, for sure.
And that's happened before. Lolth, the chaotic evil goddess of Drow, was cast into the abyss by Corellon when she betrayed him, and she was a deity. And like this is something I wanted to get into anyway, so it's okay that we're talking about this. Is she got cast into a layer of abyss that already had a demon lord in it? She kills the fucking demon lord, takes over the abyssal layer, and because of that, the Abyss grants her the title of Demon Lord. So
Oh,
she's both a
fuck.
deity and a Demon Lord. And that's how you become a Demon Lord. You have to conquer a layer of the Abyss.
Shit.
And when you do that, the Abyss will grant you a unique form and you will rise to the level of Demon Lord.
Game of Thrones style?
Game of Thrones style, sure. So the thing is, before we start getting into specific demons, let's talk about like what they do. What's the day-to-day life of a demon?
Yeah, it's Tuesday. The
It's
demon wakes
Tuesday.
up,
The
or
demon
does
wakes
it?
up. Well, I don't know. I don't
demons
think
go to
demons
sleep?
sleep. I don't think they sleep.
So the demon sees the
They're immortal.
clock hit midnight.
Yeah.
12:01 comes around.
It's
What's the
time.
demon doing?
Demons left to their own devices are constantly looking for something to kill, devour, and spread corruption. Here's one thing. Demons are constantly on the lookout for portals to other layers of the abyss, and more importantly, portals to the material plane. Because
Trying to get
they are
to the place they can
driven
do
with
stuff.
this drive of spreading the abyss, spread the evil, spread like a disease.
Like peanut
And-
butter.
What?
Peanut butter over your bread?
Yeah, sure. Spread that peanut butter.
Yeah.
Spread it all over the material
That
plane.
chaotic evil peanut
Yeah,
butter.
exactly. So when portals are found, like they will come spilling out.
Okay.
Oh man, and the thing is, even just a portal to the abyss, just kind of floating there in the material plane, that presence of being that close to the abyss will immediately start having effects on like a mile radius of the portal. Plants will start to wither and die. Animals will start to go into frenzies.
Oh shit.
People who are nearby, their like innate base evil desires will start to become more pronounced. Like the abyss is a scary thing.
Fuck, I just pictured like all the deer and rabbits running out of like a forest, and like you can see that from your like window in town.
Yeah.
And you're like, mother, what's happening?
Exactly.
There's
Yeah,
no
that's-
fire, mother.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be shit like that.
Your dog is barking.
Yeah.
It's like fucking signs.
And if demons, like if they kill something on the material plane, like the place where they made that kill will be fucked up for like 100 years.
Oh, what?
Yeah, no, demons are powerful and they just ooze this chaotic evil.
Oh fuck.
And
100 years.
they're constantly not only I think it could be said that demons love to kill mortals and spread evil amongst mortals and get into the material plane more than anything. But more often than not, that is not very possible for them because it's incredibly difficult to bridge that gap and make those portals. And even demon lords have problems doing that. Because if it was easy, we'd all be fucked.
Okay.
What they end up doing is they end up warring amongst themselves because demon lords are constantly trying to devour and destroy. They're constantly conquering other layers. Like there are some demon lords that have like 7 or 8 layers.
For sure.
Which again, when there's an infinite amount of layers, like what is a number? But still, like they got 7 or 8 of them.
It's one more than 6.
Exactly, and they're constantly.
That guy has 6.
The
Fuck
demon
that guy.
lords fucking hate each other and are constantly warring with each other.
So that can stop the approach of a demon lord on the material plane. They're all
Definitely helps.
competing.
It definitely helps, but there's more to it than that. Also, Asmodeus is, from the Nine Hells has made it his mission to make sure that the demons stay in check because
Boy,
they're a big
Asmo.
one. Yeah. So the demons and devils fucking hate each other and are constantly at war. So that also helps keep them in check. And then, of course, just the difficulty of getting from the abyss to anywhere else is very difficult.
There's a story about Asmodeus bitch slapping King Solomon.
Oh yeah, I listened to that episode.
Like sending him
of that
1,500
podcast, yeah.
miles.
Yeah, it was God. Those myths, man. Those myths and legends.
Bitch slapped the hell out of him.
The abyss desires to devour so much. There is actually alternate universe, which was destroyed by its own abyss, which was called the Void Harrow, and like. We'll get more into this when we talk about the origins of the Abyss and the Abyss episode. But the theory is that like the Void Harrow devoured its entire universe. And afterwards it had nowhere to go. And the demons that were there crafted a shard of evil and sent it into our world and created the Abyss.
Oh.
And the theory is like eventually the Abyss keeps growing. Eventually, theoretically, the Abyss will devour everything unless it's stopped. Which all the gods together, with all the devils together, with all the everything together, couldn't stop it if they wanted to. So, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
So just eventually the abyss will reign all
Theoretically, maybe. I don't know.
over like the course of billions of years or some shit.
Who's to say?
How deep does the lore go? We don't know. Not that deep.
Yeah, who's to
Okay.
say? Demons will often have demon lords will often have cultists, which is weird to me because it's like I can get being a cultist at Asmo, but even that is fucking scary, and why would you do that? But like
Yeah, what are you
with
getting from this? You getting demon powers?
I the way I see it, is like it would have to be someone who's already pretty fucking evil.
Yeah, I want to be a dretch. Like,
well, no one wants to be a dretch.
Okay.
But just someone who's already a piece of shit and usually wants power and will be seduced by the darkness of the abyss. Remember, I told you it brings out your baser desires. And what these demon lords do is they get these cultists, they give them a little taste of power, they get them to worship them. And like a lot of demon lords are trying to get risen up to deityhood. Because more power means more destruction.
Okay.
And so they entice them with this little bit of power, and then with their influence, they start forcing them to do worse and worse things. More
like,
and more
check me out. I've got a
things.
hand in the material world right now, kind of deal.
Well, what do you mean?
Like from the demon lord's point of view, like why would a demon lord? I jumped ahead. Why is the demon lord helping humans? This is probably why.
Well, he's not helping them.
Oh,
like he's not. He's making them think, or she is helping them think, making them think that they are, but they're not. Like they are slowly driving them to more and more depraved acts. So not only are they spreading evil, which is what they love to do, but they're also being worshipped. Which enough of that, and they'll get power from that.
Okay.
And so it does something for them.
Cool.
On the flip side of that, there are some powerful wizards who, rather than worshiping demons, they like to summon demons and enforce them to like do things for them, which is super fucking dangerous. Because again, like demons aren't like devils or a lot of other things. Like they don't reason with you. They don't make deals with you. They try and kill and destroy everything. So you have to have them super bound. And one mistake, it's fucking over. And if you don't have the firepower to take this demon out, the summoners is the first one they're going after because they fucking hate that shit. Like they do not like the idea of any mortal fucking with them or like having power over them like that. No, thank you.
Okay.
There's some lore about demons being capable of possession, much like you would see in like, I don't know, like The Exorcist. But I don't see that a lot in actual games, and it's never been something I'm too interested in. From what I understand is, number one, demons can be bound into items for specific reasons. Usually when that happens, like the items have like any magical abilities, but they also have really powerful evil corruption abilities.
Okay.
So like wielding them will make you evil, but when the item that they're bound into is broken, they don't just pop into existence. They're like this spirit, and then they can start possessing people.
Oh.
And then like it's a matter of like driving them out, but driving them out is very dangerous and will likely kill the person that they're possessing in the first place. And to make it worse, the person they were possessing, they're going to grab that soul and drag it with them to the abyss and then turn that into a dretch.
Oh no.
Yeah. But speaking of killing demons, if you kill a demon anywhere but the abyss, they do not die. They just go back to the abyss.
That's fucking...
Yeah.
Well, I got super dead and now I'm in the abyss.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a short rest.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's take a short rest.
All right.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the part of the show where we stop talking about the last thing we were talking about and talk about something else. What are we talking about?
What do you mean? What are we talking about right now?
Yeah, what are we talking about right now?
Well, we're going to talk about all of our awesome fans and the amazing amount of views we've
Is
been
that
getting.
what we're talking about right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about them.
Fuck yes, guys.
This is their moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to your moment.
Yeah. No, but seriously, the support has been overwhelming without a doubt. Over 6,000 downloads this month. Like, what the what?
Yay.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad people are liking the show. It's
Milestones.
nice.
I love the show.
Well, yeah.
Thanks for being here to help do the show, Will.
Of course. Thank you for YouTube.
God,
Thank you, Brian.
I want to spread that. I remember something about some nasty peanut butter. I want to spread the good peanut butter.
Yeah, absolutely. Spread the good peanut butter that is D&D.
Yeah. All right. So with that, if you're watching us on YouTube, check our podcast out. If you don't want to have YouTube up, if you are listening to our podcast, go check our YouTube out. You can see our faces. Real cool. Just search the Dungeoncast. You can find us on soundcloud.com/the Dungeoncast, any of the podcast apps. And please leave a rate and subscribe on YouTube or on iTunes. That really helps the show. If you want to help us out, which is always nice.
Yeah,
People are helping us out.
So,
thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks to everybody who comments. And, if there's something that we missed or if there's something that you guys want to talk about, that's what that section is for. Please get in there. Whatever it is you have to say, we'd love to see it. Hear about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to help us out, all you got to do is spread the word, and that's all we ask.
Spread that peanut butter word.
Yeah, absolutely. Are we done?
We're done.
All right.
Let's go back to the show.
All right, let's do it. All right, Brian. So I want to talk about some specifics, and I'm going to run us through the demon types. Were there any other questions you had?
Can demons fly?
There are some demons who can fly, without a doubt.
That's
a lot of them, actually.
That makes me angry.
Yeah, hordes of them flying. Yeah, they
Hordes
suck.
of flying demons?
Oh, yeah.
That reminds me of Constantine.
Demons are all about numbers. There's an infinite amount of them, and the Abyss will just continue to spit them out.
Oh.
Yeah. Again, scary shit.
Who's in the wheelhouse of fighting demons?
Mostly devils and angels.
So not like
Paladins.
humanoids? Okay,
clerics, yeah.
Paladins and clerics.
Yeah. You know what? We've seen a lot of cleric stuff that's like super dedicated to fighting undead. Even the ranger has like an undead favorite enemy. I don't know if they can pick fiend. They might be able to. But
I think they can.
Oh, they can? Okay,
Yeah.
so there's that. That'd be kind of cool, a demon hunter ranger. But
don't quote me on that though.
yeah. And I know that there's a lot of paladin and cleric stuff that is fiend specific. I think it's just that like most campaigns aren't dealing with fiends all the time, so most people don't take a lot of those features or spells or whatnot.
Okay.
So like you just don't see a lot of it. But yeah, clerics and paladins are super against demons, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
So like a cleric going into like I know where I'm going into battle up against a certain thing. They can they like switch up their stuff a little bit to like help combat?
Well, I mean, they could pick different spells prepared for the day.
Yeah, okay. So they can like just switch it up to like I'm gonna bring in some spells that'll help me fight demons rather than devils, or are they kind of
No,
the
they're
same
both
blanket?
be fiends. So in this game, in 5th edition specifically, they're going to be the same. The
Type,
thing is,
like in the category of monster, basically.
yeah, they're both fiends.
Okay.
It doesn't really discern the difference, even though there is a big difference.
Got it.
And here's the thing: 5th edition. Honestly, this is one of the very few things I don't like about 5th edition is like monsters in this game do not have weaknesses almost ever. There might be 4 monsters in the monster manual that have a weakness. Like when it comes
that
to
are
like
weak.
a damage type.
Oh yeah, everything resists a ton of stuff,
Yeah.
but nothing is weak.
Which is so strange to me because like fiends usually, well not fiends, demons specifically usually are, what's the word? Vulnerable to radiant damage. Not in this game.
Interesting.
Yeah, now they just don't resist it.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I'm sure there's mechanical reasons for that, but I mean, when you're the cleric and you blast some undead with some radiant light, you expect it to be like super fucking powerful, but a lot of times it's not.
I guess the DM flavor's got to get in there and
Yeah,
supplement.
I usually definitely reflavor that or homebrew that so that there are weaknesses and yeah. So, anyways, you had asked me earlier in the episode, like what kind of evil do these things get up to? Like, are they ever patient or sentient enough to like have like longer plans or like be patient? Like, I would say some of them absolutely yes, and we will talk a little bit about that. Now, I did say that there are a ridiculous amount of like kinds of demons.
Yes.
So what I did was I just picked some of the more iconic ones for each type level.
Okay.
And we're just kind of going to run through there and just know that for each type, there are a plethora of other demons, and we will eventually talk about all of them. But this is much like our Chromatic Dragon or our Metallic Dragon episodes. This is our first pass on demons. We're doing a broad overview, and there will be future episodes where we get into specifics. I think with demons, we might just do some sort of demonology episode where we just pick 2 demon types, maybe 3, and just get into it with just these 3, and that'll be a whole episode. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because there's so much. There's just so much. You know, it's a big game. It's been around for 50 years. There's a lot to talk about.
Show me the way, Will.
All right. So let's start with the Quasit. It's probably our most iconic type 0.
Okay.
Their Quasits you're going to see them more commonly than probably any other fiend. Mostly because warlocks can take them as a familiar.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of evil wizards, NPCs might have a Quasit doing a lot of their service stuff.
Interesting.
And
like grab me that Bika.
yeah,
feature.
exactly. Like they'll have, or more importantly, I think they use Quasits as spies because Quasits are used as spies in demon society because they're weak and they're small. But most importantly, is they can go invisible and they can transform themselves into animals.
Okay.
So they
cool.
can be spies.
Now you said demon society. I want to get back to that. If not now.
The demon society is so much as a demon lord has an army he keeps in check.
Ah.
Yeah. So
just so much as like the one demon and his powerful people that he
and
deploys.
the amassed horde he keeps from killing each other.
It sounds kind of like ants. Like there's one big queen ant or whatever, and it's just like basically I look at a pile like an anthill, like a colony of ants, as one ant.
Okay.
Like just it's got like these long detached arms or faces or whatever coming out.
I could kind of see some similarities there.
Okay.
The Quasit can't turn into any kind of animal though, or I mean, I think it can, but I've seen it flavored as such where they can't. They can only turn into really nasty things. So like a giant spider. Like when I say giant, I mean like maybe the size of a basketball, which is fucking huge. And I don't want a spider even 1/5 that size.
That's like
anywhere
Mordred.
within a mile of me.
Okay.
But speaking of which, I you know what? Sometimes I think in my head, I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say this thing in this episode, and then it slips my mind. But I wanted to say this at the beginning of the episode because I want to talk about how fucking scary demons are. If we lived in D&D land, and I lived in a city with a neighborhood, and I heard that there was a band of goblins in my neighborhood, I would board up my windows and walls, barricade myself in, maybe arm myself, and just wait for it all to blow over.
Okay.
Because goblins are going to raid, they're going to kill, and they're probably not. These barricades are probably going to keep them out, but even if they get through it, I'm sure I could probably take a couple. So I'm not going to. That's what I'm going to do to handle that situation. If I hear that one rock, which we'll talk about rocks in a minute, that's a pretty low level demon. That's a type 1. Is in my neighborhood, I'm fleeing for the fucking hills because nothing is stopping this thing until it's destroyed fucking everything. And like, if I live in a place where like, you know, heroes and adventurers are pretty rare, like, fuck this, I'm gone. That's how scary demons are.
Okay.
Back to what we were talking about. So yeah, Quasits can only change it to like bats or spiders or ravens or like maybe like nasty dingy wolves.
Jurassic spiders though, just big ass spiders.
Yeah, gross shit. So let's move up to type 1, Vrox, which is what I was just mentioning. Vrox are you might want to pull this up on the PDF. Have you ever seen The Dark Crystal?
Like a movie?
Yeah, the movie The Dark Crystal. Oh, dude, that is such a fucking killer cult classic.
You know me well.
It's like a Jim Henson, like it's a Muppets movie.
Oh, are you serious?
But it's really fucking dark and super gritty fantasy.
Not used to that.
And there are these creatures called the Skeksis, which anyone who has seen that knows exactly what I'm talking about. A rock looks a lot like a Skeksis. They are vulture humanoids.
Yeah, like a harpy kind of.
Yeah, they stink of decay. Their wings can give off like toxic spores. They have like these sharp beaks and sharp ass claws on both their feet and their hands, and they fucking love to kill. They are bloodthirsty as fuck, and that's all they do. They fly around, they kill, they poison, and they do have an obsession with shiny things, I think, because they're like vulture-esque.
Okay.
So they will hoard those a little bit, but even that's fleeting. They're just kill machines.
Yeah, they're in your town. They're breaking up your house real good.
Yeah,
killing all the people. Oh shit, a pocket watch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so Vrox are going to be your very common like foot soldiers of a demonic army. They're going to be in the hundreds and hundreds, and they're just going to be vicious.
Yeah, like being able to fly is pretty good for a foot soldier.
Yes. Yes, it is. Next up, let's talk about. Okay, here's the thing about demons is. One of the things I hate about them is that their names are often so fucking difficult to pronounce, and I just look at the word, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, this says V-Rock, so Vrock is pretty natural.
Vrock, yeah. Okay, so the next one, we're moving on to a type 2 that I wouldn't say it's super iconic, but I thought it was very interesting.
You make a good point, because I was like trying to pronounce, I was reading about jackalwares and how Grazit?
See,
I can't even do it now, and you told me.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, dude.
So next we're talking about what is either pronounced as Chasmes or Chasmes or Chasmes or whatever. They're Chasmes, and they are a bizarre humanoid fly monstrosity. And since I think you're looking at it right now,
yeah,
and
it's
I would
got a
say,
bug.
like, it is described as a humanoid fly amalgamation. Yeah. I would say that this is 80% fly and 20% humanoid. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes, because like most of it is just a fly, but then it's got like a weird comb over.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah, like it's got like this like looks like this like mane of hair.
It's got this weird hair, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it looks like a messy comb over.
Yeah, and by the way, this thing is in the size large category, so it's at least 10 feet by 10 feet.
Yeah, so the human elements I would put to it is it's got a comb over, and it's like kind of standing on its rear legs, almost in an upward position, almost like it's gonna punch you.
Yeah, like it's almost upright, but not quite.
And that mosquito hummingbird thing it's got going on for its beak.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Chasmes.
That's not human. I'm not saying that's human.
Yeah. The thing about Chasmes is that they're quite a bit more intelligent than Vrox or Quasits, and their main shtick is that they fly in these big ass hordes, and the hordes when together give off this droning buzz that magically will lull their prey into a lethargy, and then they just come in and slaughter.
Ew.
Yeah, but there's more than that. This demon specifically is a stickler for torture. They love to just torture before they make their kill. If they can, if they got the time, they will. It's just what they do. It's their drive.
Okay.
I don't got a lot more to say about them right now.
You've said enough. Well,
yeah, you're going to have a lot of this reaction because it only continues to get worse.
Right.
Luckily, when we get to the upper echelons of the demons, like at least they start to become cool on top of being evil, gross, and scary.
Okay.
Which these lower level ones just tend to gross me out, quite frankly, which is why I don't like demons. But moving on. Next up, we're going to talk about a type 3 called a Glabrazu. Now, I like this one because it looks very interesting, as you can see really right cool. now. Okay, these are big, beefy,
super evil Machamp.
Super evil Machamp. There we go. They have 4 arms, 2 of which have 2 giant lobster claws on them. I like that they are large, scaly, spiny, and red. Humanoid, kinda.
Okay, yeah.
They got 4 arms with the 2 lobster claws, and they prefer to ruin the lives of those who summon them with trickery and temptation. These are one of the few types of demons that you can actually have a fucking conversation with. Granted, they want what any other demon wants, and that's to destroy and kill you.
But this demon seems like it's kind of in a position and on its way to become a demon lord eventually.
Definitely, we're getting closer. Although it's a few levels down, but yeah, I would definitely say that it shares some of those qualities.
Okay,
definitely. But yeah, it's going to be the type of demon that's going to pretend to work with you, and then slowly try and influence you to make you make bad decisions or tempt you into bad things. And before it makes its kill, it's going to ruin your fucking life if you summon this thing. It's going to shatter all your relationships. It's going to figure its way to do the most damage it can to you in every way possible before actually killing you. Other than that, like the main thing about them is that they're physical powerhouses. As you can see from the picture,
it's a hulking mass. It looks like kind of armored. It's got spikes coming out of it.
Yeah, it's
got horns.
Yeah, they're getting out into the battlefields of like the blood war between devils and demons and fucking wreaking havoc.
Got that big fat lower jaw.
Yeah. So
underbite though.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about just challenge rating wise. So like the type 1, the Quasit was a challenge rating 1.
That's a good question.
The Vrox is a 6. The Chasmays are also a 6, but now we're going to start jumping up and challenge rating in big jumps.
Oh, I just looked at the stats on this Glabrazu.
Yeah, and it's a challenge rating 9. So we've jumped up just from type 2 to type 3. It's 3 challenge ratings up. Now we're jumping 4 more challenge ratings up for a type 4 called a Nefeshni. CR rating 13. Now this is a fat pig ape demon with wings that look too small for its body, but they can still fly.
Ooh, shit.
These things are...
It's got like a rat tail.
Does it?
And like hooves, yeah.
Now these things are way more intelligent than even a Glabrazu, to the point where they are telepathic.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
They can speak to you telepathically, and they often will command hordes of demon telepathically by speaking to all of them.
Oh no.
Flying above and just commanding armies. They can also teleport. They have some magical capabilities.
Yeah, they must have magic if they can fly with those little fucking wings on this giant body.
Exactly, right? The main thing about them is that they love the taste of human flesh.
Oh, who doesn't?
And it's their it's their fetish, if you will.
That's their shtick.
So much to the point that they will hold these bizarre, grotesque, lavish feasts of human flesh. And they will literally, their kills, they'll stock up on those human bodies, and they have larders in whatever weird fucking place that they keep in their cave. Like
just the skins.
And what's funny about them is they have this weird warped mentality where they consider themselves the most refined of demons, which is funny because it's like this pig ape monster. It looks like super sloppy, doesn't it? Like I would describe that creature as looking particularly sloppy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's got moobs, like floppy little man boobs.
It's got moobs. Yeah,
it's got like a pot belly and hair. It's hairy and it's got like looks like it can't close its mouth all the way.
And I think the juxtaposition of it considering itself refined despite its look, I think that's interesting.
It's wearing jewelry.
There you go. Yeah, and you can actually have a conversation with it, although it just wants to eat you, and it will if you don't stop it.
Yeah. Here, while we talk, put the lotion on the skin. It puts the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, there we go. Rub that oil in, get that flavor going. Okay. We're going to jump up 3 more challenge ratings for a type 5. Now we're getting to the upper echelons here. Merilith is what I want to talk about because I think they look cool as fuck.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
And they are super scary. So
a lot of swords.
A Merilith it's a very iconic looking demon. It has the lower body of a giant serpent and the upper torso of a humanoid female with 6 arms. Each arm will be armed with a sword because these things are hyper intelligent, skilled swordswomen that serve as captains in armies, are incredibly smart tactically, and they're kind of like demons of war.
Yeah, man, they look like they got some super sick armor on.
Yeah, they got armor, they got swords, and like they will be in the thick of it. And whatever it is they're doing,
probably moving fast, slithering about.
Slithering quickly, and 6 swords that they are master level skilled with, all 6 of them.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, no, these things are scary, dangerous, and they're again hyper intelligent.
Each of my hands has its own brain.
Right. And a Merilith was definitely something that you can talk to because like it's hyper intelligent. It's definitely a cut above everything else we've talked about. Generally speaking, when you jump up a type level with demons like a Merilith, there is no Nelfishni or even probably 2 Nelfishni, which is the pig one that we were talking about, that could take out a Merilith. The power level is strong enough or large enough that like
jump.
Yeah, it's a big jump. Like a Merilith will dominate anything below it. Like unless they come at it in ridiculously huge numbers, but since demons don't work together, that won't really happen.
So this headgear that she's got on is probably some kind of like anti-psychic field, or is she just not affected by the psychic from...
It's not that she's not affected. It's just she's so powerful. Like, enough Fishing's not going to pick that fight because he'll be destroyed.
Okay.
And again, if you die in the abyss, you die permanently. Ooh. So, yeah, there's that. Any questions about the Merilith before we move on?
Nah, just she looks really fucking cool.
All right, so now we're going to talk about
stats
type
are huge.
6. This is... What we're about to talk about is the biggest and baddest and the most truly terrifying of demons. It is the Balor. You're going to scroll up to the top there, and I just want you to see it a little further. There it is. Scroll down.
Ooh, cool.
A Balor. These things are fucking huge. Challenge rating 19.
Yeah, they've got like a red tone, like I'm used to demons in Diablo having.
The Balor is based off of J.R.R. Tolkien's Balrogs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. With the fire whip,
Yes.
I can see that.
So all you need to know is if you don't know what a Balor looks like, just picture the Balrog from Lord of the Rings and you're 90% there. That's basically what they are. They are beings of ancient evil. They... think about it. These demons, they climb through the ranks. This is the highest rank you can be before Demon Lord.
Yeah, you got to be pretty old.
Yeah, we're talking like an ancient evil. One step from a Demon Lord. They have eyes of fire, giant bat wings. They wield in one hand a gigantic whip of fire, and in the other hand a giant sword of lightning.
Yeah, man.
They have this fire aura about them. Okay, so not only are these are the generals of armies. These are the things that like serve directly under demon lords. And these things are deadly as fuck on the field, as you can imagine, but they get a little worse. Here's the thing about a Balor is killing it is almost as dangerous as leaving it alive, because when you kill it, it will explode.
Sick.
And when it explodes, it does 20d6 damage to everything within 30 feet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't fuck with demons.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot. Dude, 20d6 within 30 feet. It just obliterates everything.
So when you kill it,
go ahead.
before you kill it, you've cut off its wings.
Yeah.
And you've thrown it down like a steep cliff away from you. So
Yeah,
when it
that's your
hits the
best bet.
bottom,
Yeah.
it'll die with fall damage.
Yeah.
And then it'll explode down there.
There you go. That's your ideal situation.
Adventurers, you're welcome.
Also, when it explodes, all non-worn items that are flammable burst into flame. Just cause.
I noticed a lot of fire magic does that. If somebody's not wearing it, it just bursts into flames.
Yeah.
If it's flammable.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's just a little flammable.
Yeah.
It doesn't say how much flammable.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
says flammable. That's most things.
Yep.
Okay, so finally, I don't know. You got any questions about the Balor? He'll get his own episode likely.
Yeah, it would probably fuck me up in the streets.
Dude, if a Balor is on the same continent of me, I'm fleeing the fucking country.
Getting on that Mars mission real quick.
There's this really cool D&D quote I saw somewhere. I don't remember, but like I think it was some Forgotten Realms quote where it's like, it used to be believed that there was only 15 Balors in all of the abyss. if only we were, it was something along the lines of if only we were right, like, or something like that. If only there was that few.
Because there's 30.
Like yeah, no, because there's way more. Like,
No.
an infinite amount, theoretically. Okay. So let's talk about Demon Lords. You got your book open? Because it's got some of the more prominent ones in there. So Demon Lords are completely unique creatures of immense power, demigod level. They're birthed by a 6 type being blessed by the abyss itself, or by simply conquering the abyssal level. So, like, if a Balor conquers its own abyssal level, it will be raised to a Demon Lord.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is something within the realm possibility for a Balor, because you saw how you saw what it looked like.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with that.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, and the thing right below it, the type level right below it was a Merilith. A Merilith ain't fucking with that.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. So
That whip's got range.
yeah, and we talked a little bit how there's other ways to become a Demon Lord. If you're not a demon, Lolth conquered her abyssal
If you're a
level.
demigod,
Yeah.
or no, if you're a low tier god. What was it? Lesser god.
No. Anything that conquers an abyssal level will become a Demon Lord if they conquer it.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, there have been angels that have done that. There have been night hags that have done it. Like, there have been just creatures that weren't demons that become Demon Lords and thus become demons.
What if you like team up to like? What if an adventuring group of five level 20s go in there and rage?
That's interesting. I would venture to say that here's the thing about the Abyss. It will corrupt you. If player characters that have to spend a long time there, the DM's gonna have to homebrew up some shit. But I think there might be something in the DMG that like there might be like a table that you roll on, but like the Abyss should be corrupting you at all times. So
Okay.
extended stay there will slowly turn you demonic.
You probably would you like have your players make saves or something through?
Yeah, it'd be something like that.
Wasn't there the Shadowfell with Despair?
Yes,
Had that?
it's gonna be something similar, but I think with more insanity and evil shit. Here's the thing: is 5 level 20s go into like an abyssal lair to conquer it, and they do so. By the time they've done everything that they need to do to conquer that level and all the evil, killing, and murder and atrocities, they will be so corrupted by the abyss they will then turn on each other, and the last one standing is going to be your Demon Lord.
Nice.
That's the way I see that playing out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, often Demon Lords have high pride levels, as you know, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
And they will fashion themselves the ruler of like a certain aspect, much like a god has like a domain.
Okay.
And some of the examples are like Orcus he considers himself the prince of undeath. And like so much so that he doesn't suffer anything living to be on the same plane of existence as him. He doesn't have servants that are alive. All his demons are undead.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just the way he does it.
Okay.
Baphomet is the Demon Lord of beasts and minotaurs and shit like that. Jubilex, the Demon Lord of oozes and slimes.
I'm just gonna pick some shit and be the Demon Lord of that.
Right. And then there's Demogorgon, who is the Prince of Demons.
My boy.
Yeah. So Demogorgon is, for the longest time, he was given that title of Prince of Demons by the Abyss. He was considered the strongest of the Demon Lords, the Demon Lord of Demon Lords.
Demogorgon is the official demon of this podcast.
God, I hate that because I don't like Demon. Anyways, fine, sure.
He's our version of Demogorgon.
I accept it for now. And much like I begrudgingly accept it, a lot of the Demon Lords begrudgingly accepted it. And eventually Orcus and I think Rotst are the main two that are like, nah, fuck this. And Orcus actually is contending for the title. That's kind of like the ongoing lore.
Okay.
It's usually Orcus and Demogorgon. And if you look at the challenge ratings in the book, I think Orcus and Demogorgon they have a tied highest CR rating compared to any of the other Demon Lords in there.
Okay. Let me find Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Here's Graz.
Yeah. And each Demon Lord, each Demon Lord's going to get its own episode. Yeah, what's the challenge rating? Like 25 or some shit?
26.
26. Orcus
Worth
should be 26.
90,000 experience points.
Yeah, okay, your adventure's over after that, whether you win or lose. Check Orcus. I want to know if they're tied, because we got 26. I think Gross is like 24 or something like that. There he is.
Oh, okay. I see.
Scary.
He looks more like the
Balor, kind of.
Yeah.
In his own fucked up way.
26, 90,000 experience
So
points.
They're usually tied, and they're constantly at war. They hate each other. So I think we're coming to a close on this episode. I've covered the basics as best I can. Do you got any questions?
How do you pronounce this?
Don't fucking ask me that.
Fraser Blue.
Gosh, I hate these.
The madness of Fraser Blue.
Yeah, he's the Prince of Lies.
Creepy face.
He's the Prince of Lies, so much so that he convinces himself of his own lies. Anyways, we're getting a little off subject here. You got any questions about demons? Or are we gonna call this game?
They're real nasty.
Yeah, they're gross.
They're probably all just
really
pretty
bad.
nasty. But yeah, let's call it a game.
Okay, and for all you guys out there who want to know more, there will be more episodes on specific demons and their demon lords. But for now, this is just a basic overview.
All right,
Let's call it a game.
let's do it. Bye.
Guys, have a good one.
The Dungeoncast.